Okay, so we could stand here going, congratulations, well done. What we really want to know, who are we making captain this week?
I knew you'd say, you got a captain Salah. I should have said that up there. It's just default, isn't it? Salah this weekend. Yeah.
Salah or Antonio, it's the two options really. Antonio against Everton, dodgy defence. I'm an Everton fan. I'd think about Antonio, but Salah is the obvious choice.
Yeah.
Have you got any tips for me? Every year I set up a team, I put someone up front, fails miserably first week, and I never touch it until the end of the season. I always finish bottom. I guess your advice would be just play it.
Yeah, don't do that.
Actually make transfer.
Loads of players do. Yeah, if you just stick with it and just tinker away. Everybody has either a brilliant or terrible first game week, but you just got to suck it up, come back and build from that. And yeah, we've been doing this for 12 years. Me and Mark launched Fantasy Football Scout. Well, Mark launched it. I joined him years ago, and then he's got his new thing, Black Box, with this gentleman who's also part of the Fantasy Football Scout team. So we've won all 3 fantasy awards tonight.
Technically, we've won them all.
Because The Wire is also one of our network sites. So we're really,
deviates so massively from the question.
This man is the GOAT. So.
Well, I don't know about that, but
Set timers. Do your team when your timer goes off each week.
How can you not care about fantasy each week? How can you not?
Priceless advice. Well, the fans have spoken. Obviously, FPL now, it's just this other dimension of football that, in a way, I think for many people it surpasses FIFA and all of that. So, I mean, do you think there are people out there who care more about it than the actual football that's happening?
it's getting that way. I mean, I'm a Forest fan, so you can forgive me for caring more about FPL than Forest in recent.
But it is better to live in a fantasy world than the real world. The real world, it's a scary world.
There, you're quoting.
Am I? Not intentional. Sorry, Dean. I'm not deliberately trying to rip you off.
1.5 million players of the fantasy game at least this year, and yeah, I think it's genuinely international. The Premier League take it very seriously. We take it very seriously, and yeah, I mean there are people. I'm an Everton fan. I've not got much to enjoy most years, so I probably care more about fantasy. I've got Salah in my team. What sort of Everton fan am I? But yeah, I think fantasy has become. It's added to the enjoyment because it gives you something else. Once your team has screwed up that week, it gives you something else to care about in that game week. Yeah.
And just apart from that, life in general, it's a scary place. ISIS, BT Wi-Fi with FON. Trains that divides halfway through your journey. The only way you're sure to sit in the correct part of the train is to go sit on the driver's lap. It's a terrifying place. So we should all live in a fantasy world, really.
It was pretty terrifying as well, though.
Oh, don't say that. Yeah. I was going to seek solace in FPL.
Seek solace, yeah, absolutely. But yeah.
So one last question. Obviously, I think this is one everyone's going to want to know. Each of you, what is your personal favourite all-time fantasy Premier League name? Team name?
Name? Oh, God.
Oh, that's really difficult.
I don't like those amusing team names at all. I've had the same team name forever.
What's yours?
My surname is Southerns and I'm Southerns Comfort. I've been that way.
Straight down the middle, like it.
I ran a football team for my son called Fielding Foxes, so I stick with that. But it's not a great name. Come on, come on, something funny.
Hasselhoff FC every year.
Nice.
One last thing, I just want to thank the FCA for having fantasy in their categories and recognising fantasy as part of the football community, because we are growing, we're getting bigger and we're getting louder, and it's really good that they recognise that.
Absolutely.
So big shout out.
Amen. About time, isn't it? Well, hope to see you again next year, and I'm sure this.
I will be back next year. I'm hoping for the hat trick. So yeah.
You've only won awards since I left. Is that a coincidence?
Yeah, it's interesting. Since he left, we've been winning awards, but that's all right.
I'm sure that's fine.
I wouldn't look too much into it. It's fine. All right, guys. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Congratulations. Take care.
Thanks for the boost. Thank you very much.